reply with a definite answer.
For POGO operations, actually sir, whether it is illegal or legal, kaya lang may ginagawang mga illegal, we have an inter-PNP operations being conducted. Recently, it is the CIDG leading the operations, and we also have personnel from the anti-cybercrime group supporting in terms of technical support po, sir.
That is only one aspect of law enforcement. Di po ba? If you look at it, most of the arrestees or persons arrested are of foreign nationality. Paano po sila nakapasok dito sa ating bansa? So, hindi lang kayo, hindi nyo responsibilidad yun, di po ba? So,
Tama po,
ang
sir.
pinapakita ko lang po sa atin ay wala pong agency who would be considered as the Office of Primary Responsibility para mag-coordinate ng efforts para matigil ang illegal POGO. Di po ba? Meron ba?
Totoo po, sir.
Totoo. And maybe that is the reason why we're having a hard time, or government is having a hard time, na patigilin ang illegal POGO. Because hindi lang trabaho ng pulis to eh. From the numerous questions and queries of my colleagues, kailangan ito ng maraming interagency approach. Oh, but nobody is taking the cudgel kung sino man ang maging in charge. So, ang approach natin, parang namamaril tayo ng baril na shotgun to whom it may concern. Ganun po ba? Samantalang ang kalaban natin dito ay illegal POGOs. So, ewan ko kung anong government agency ang magkukuha nito. But that is basically the problem that we have now. How do we stop illegal POGOs? Mr. Chair, may I know if the chairman, Altenco, has somebody who has been with PAGCOR even before his time?
Si Attorney Jessa Fernandez po, nakasama ko, was with PAGCOR prior to my assumption into office.
Thank you. Now, before PRRD came into the presidency, how many POGOs did we have?
Sir, prior to the assumption of the president, sir, wala pa po, sir.
Wala pa.
Apo. PAGCOR po doesn't issue offshore gaming licenses at that time po.
Export processing zones, di po ba? Yes. Pero nagkaroon ng issue yan eh. Ano yung issue na involve yung kumpanya ni Mr. Bobby Ongpin? I think he had an issue with PAGCOR, if I remember it right.
Congressman Acop, yung pong kumpanya ni Roberto Ongpin ay hindi po POGO kung hindi po isang online gaming operator. Ang pangalan po nun ay PhilWeb.
Yes, PhilWeb.
Opo.
Okay. So, there were no POGOs. Para lang maliwanag
Opo.
yung kuha natin.
Opo.
There were no POGOs before PRRD.
Yes, sir.
Now, during the time of PRRD, how many POGOs existed?
During the time of then PRRD, nakapag-issue po ang then PAGCOR board ng 298 licenses. At its peak, 298 po. Inabot.
298.
Opo.
And out of this 298, nung nawala po natapos yung termino ni PRRD, kayo na po ang pumasok.
Opo, nag-assume po ako ng pagiging chairman August 2022 po.
Now, PBBM's time, how many legal pogos have you are existing? Five?
Doon po sa 298, nag-purge po kami, natitira po ngayon ay 45.
So, ang natitira po ay 253 na illegal pogos since they have no licenses.
More or less po, kung hindi po talaga naghinto ng kanilang operations, definitely they will be called, they will be deemed illegal. Tama po kayo, 253 po yung na-purge namin. Kaya yun po ang, kung nag-ooperate po lahat yun po ang illegal na numero ngayon ng mga pogo.
And they have documents in the office of PAGCOR since they applied during the time of PRRD.
Meron po.
So we know where they are located.
Yes, sir.
Why are we having a hard time running after them if we know where they are?
Doon po sa pag nagsara po ang mga nasabing pogo, especially hindi po yung tinatawag na hub. Pag binabalikan din po, maski sarado na, para ma-check kung talagang hindi sila nag-ooperate, nakalipat na po sila ng tanggapan. Wala na po sila doon sa original na office na kanilang inuupahan nung mga panahong meron po silang lisensya. Ganun po ang modus nila.
Thank you, Chairman. May I ask the law enforcement agencies, can a POGO exist in a municipality or province without the knowledge of LGU officials?
Your Honor, if you are going to see for example, itong Porac incident as an
Hindi po ako
example.
humihingi na example. Ang sagot po lang doon is yes or no.
Ah,
What is your belief? Can
pag mga
POGO exist in a municipality or in an area without the knowledge of LGU officials?
no sir.
It cannot.
Yes sir, it cannot.
Next question. Can a POGO exist within a municipality without the knowledge of the law enforcement agencies?
Your Honor, can I ask the CIDG regarding this one? Your Honor, even without us knowing, they can still exist.
Hindi nga. Hindi mo sinasagot yung tanong ko, Iho, eh. Can a POGO in a certain municipality exist without the knowledge of law enforcement agencies?
Yes po, sir.
It can exist without
Yes
the
po, sir.
knowledge. May I know the reason why?
Kasi sir, kami kasi sir, on our part, we can only identify whether a particular POGO is doing some illegal activities when there is actually a complaint coming from those inside of that establishment.
Hindi po ba pag for example doon sa Porac o Bamban ba yun? 36 buildings constructed, high-rise buildings. Hindi po nyo, hindi unusual sa inyo yun? When people in the number of 1,000 would enter a certain area, hindi unusual sa inyo yun?
Your Honor, sir, ang ginagawa lang po namin sa PNP, if there
Hindi
are
nga, sagutin mo yung tanong ko. Ang tanong ko lang, sa tingin nyo po ba, bilang law enforcement agencies, pinatayo 36 buildings sa isang lugar tapos araw-araw, 1,000 tao ang pumapasok. Would that be usual or unusual?
Yun, sir, ang tinitingnan po namin, sir, lalo na pag mga
Hindi
gabi.
nga, hindi ko tinatanong kung anong tinitignan mo eh. Sagutin mo yung tanong ko. Is that unusual?
Yes po, sir, unusual.
Oh, then that would have caught your attention.
Actually, sir, we are conducting our
Did
monitoring.
it catch your attention?
Yes, sir.
O bakit hindi kayo nag-imbestiga?
Actually po, sir, nag-iimbestiga po kami. Nagpapadala po kami ng mga operatiba namin to verify. Sa case build-up po, sir, ang pinaka-importante po doon is there should be somebody who will complain. And normally po, may mga victims po dyan na halimbawa, victims of torture, lumalapit sa amin. Yun, sir, ang nagiging basihan namin to apply for a search warrant.
Now, sige. I don't know who will answer this query, the Department of Justice or the law enforcement agencies. Yung hub is composed of 36 buildings, di ba? Tama. Eh, hindi ko alam kung Bamban o Porac, yun lang. Kung mag-a-apply ka ng search warrant, it is mandated that you should specify the address and the building concerned. Di po ba? Hindi pwedeng ay ilagay mo ron is yung location o address ng hub, pero lahat ng building is a search mo. How would you solve that dilemma of the law enforcement agents when they apply for a search warrant?
Your Honor, that was one of our dilemmas and challenges when we began our aggressive operations against these illegal BOGOs.
Hindi, ang tanong ko po is, how do you solve that dilemma?
We be aggressive. We apply as much as possible.
When you say aggressive, what does it mean?
Okay, may I explain, Your Honor?
Yes.
Before, the search warrant we would secure were only for specific parts of buildings. But when we enter the premises and we see that the operation is a single operation, lalo na whenever the people we find there, they run to different floors that are not part of the search warrant, we treat it as a single operation and we search the whole building. We justify that on the basis of personal knowledge when we arrive at the site. That's why from that experience, Your Honor, our approach has been to apply for the entire building or the entire compound, which has been successful for both Banban and Porac, where the search warrants that were secured by law enforcement covered the entire compound. And for us, Your Honor, this is something that we will justify, we will fight for. We are aware of the limitation on general warrants, but our position is that that limitation should not apply to these types of enterprises.
Thank you. Yusek Cruz, have there been instances where your application of search warrants or your applications have been denied by the courts?
Yes, sir.
Yes. May I know the reason why your application for search warrants applications have been denied?
Initially, sir, the search warrant was approved. I'm speaking of the Porac Pogo Hub experience. The search warrant was initially approved. And then, nung papunta na kami dun sa area, sir, we were parang pinabalik, sir, yung tropa na there's something wrong with the search warrant that was issued. That our personnel, specifically the CIDG team, has to, again, pass this cross-examination to be conducted by the judge. And then it was, the next day it was denied. The same judge who issued the search warrant, sir. Yeah.
What's the name of the judge? For the record?
The name of the
Para,
judge.
ano lang, malang natin. Saan ba to? Sa Tarlac o Pampanga?
Judge Belinda Rama, sir. Belinda
Ano yan,
Rama.
sa Pampanga? Or
That's ano yun? Malolos, Bulacan.
Malolos, Bulacan. Sige, go ahead, Congressman ako.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Kaya ko po tinatanong itong mga tanong nito para ipakita na hindi po madali yung paglaban dito eh. I've been in the service also at ganito rin ang problema up to now. Kung titingnan po natin, we look at STL and the bookies, if you look at the records of all the cases filed with the prosecutor's office, karamihan po na-dismiss. Kaya ganito rin ang mangyayari. And that is precisely the reason why these illegal pogos and activities would still continue. Kaya ko tinatanong ang mga ito. Why? Because there's a need for a law or for an agency to be designated to become the OPR or Office of Primary Responsibility. Para alam natin kung saan natin ipipinpoint yung nagkakamali at tamang ginagawa. Tama ba? Diba? Kasi wala eh. As I've said, when an operation or a mission does not have any head, hindi masusunod yung plano. We will not be able to attain the objective. Yun po yung aking point na pinakikita. Now, we go to the issue of this hearing. May I ask the PNP, from 2019, before the pandemic, up to the present, what were the crimes associated with the POGOs?
We have a record from the Directorate for Investigation and Detective Management po, sir. We have, in terms of Access Devices Regulation Act of 1998, we have 13. Meron tayong fraudulent transactions, 2. Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012 or Republic Act number 10175, meron tayong 2. Then meron tayong PD 1602 in relation to cybercrime law, 4. 1602, merong 1. Republic Act 11332, meron ding 1. Kidnapping and serious illegal detention, meron 2. Meron din tayong another serious illegal detention, 2. Republic Act 9208, 3. Republic Act 10591, 1. Meron ding isang robbery for a total of 32 cases. These are cases actually investigated by the Criminal Investigation and Detection Group, Your Honor.
Pursuant to the data given me by the Philippine National Police, from January 2019 to June 30, 2024, there were 125 POGO-related incidents. Would you confirm that?
Actually, sir, that is the data from the IDM. What I mentioned earlier was the data from CIDG. Yes, sir.
When I speak of POGO related crimes, hindi ko naman sinasabi kung ano sa CIDG, kung ano sa AKG or ano eh. May I know if you are officially the representative of the PNP?
Yes po, sir. I am the one being used to represent the PNP right now.
And what is the basis of your representation?
There was a memorandum coming from our chief of the directorial staff to make me the OPR of this meeting,
Could you
hearing
please,
this
could you please
afternoon.
inform your TCDS that in the next hearing, yun pong DIDM, which is the Office of Primary Responsibility regarding crime incidents, and the CIDG dapat ang umattend dito? Pakisabi lang sa TCDS ninyo.
Yes, Your Honor.
Kasi sila ang nakakalam nito eh. Supposing I asked you, what happened to the 9 bodies of foreign nationals found doon sa malapit sa Porac? Would you know how to answer that?
Right now po, Your Honor, I cannot answer that one. I believe it should be the Directorate for Investigation and Detective Management.
Or of all the crimes na sinasabi, how many victims were there? Of the 125 POGO-related incidents, how many victims were there?
Your Honor, we have a total of 5,792.
Oh, sa akin, 5,801. And what would be the nationalities of the suspects in this 125 incidents?
Based on our available data, we have for foreign nationals, we have 1,927 Chinese, 2,314 may Filipinos din pala, sir. And then we have 23 Malaysians, Myanmar, 192 Malaysians, 29 Taiwanese, 659 Vietnamese. We have one Japanese national, 121 Thai nationals, 382 Indonesian nationals, 69 Nepalese, 47 Burmese, 6 Bhutanese, isang Moroccan, 2 Indians, 5 Singaporeans, 4 Yemeni, 2 Pakistani, 2 Africans,
Yes,
isang-
yes, yes. Karamihan foreigners, right? And most of them from China.
Yes po, sir.
Yes. May kung verify nyo kung sila po ay paano sila nakapasok dito sa ating bansa?
We will verify this one, sir, with other agencies.
Hindi ba ito crimes related to Bogo since 2019 to June 30 of 2024, Iho? Hindi man lang nyo verify kung they entered this country legally or illegally. Di ba? Kasi kung kayo ang nag-iimbestiga, dapat tingnan ninyo lahat yun. Tama? Did they possess the necessary documents in order to be able to work in this country?
Your Honor, sir, actually we have the IACAT. This is an interagency body. Nandito na rin na taga-immigration. And all these matters, actually, lumalabas po sir ito sa meetings of our IACAT.
Sinong membro ng PNP sa IACAT?
We have from CIDG, from DIDM,
And who is the head of this?
the DOJ po, sir.
DOJ. Would that be true?
It's true, Your Honor. We have regular meetings to monitor our existing operations and plan future operations.
And may I know why hindi nyo nakikita kung merong proper documents itong mga ito? Both the victims and those operating na foreigners?
Nakikita po namin, Your Honor, at kasama po yun doon sa mga kasong iniimbestiga namin, yung propriety ng mga documents nila.
Yung alin?
Yun.
And how many of this number would have papers, legal papers to work in this country?
We'll have to defer to Bureau of Immigration or PAGCOR for those
Akala ko
details.
tinitake up nyo sa IACAT. I just heard that.
We take up specific operations, Your Honor. Yung big picture, madami po talaga to Your Honor.
So, for example, in this hearing, tinatanong na namin yung mga datos na ito, i-refer nyo pa kung saan-saan.
Pasensya na, Your Honor. But specific po yung operations namin at nakita niyo naman po masilimuot ng problema. So, but mapaprovide po namin yan.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Wala namang mangyayari doon sa tatanong ko
Okay.
Mr. Chair?
It only shows, Mr. Chair, na wala pong
Records.
wala pong OPR yung nagdadirect ng operations na ito.
Yeah.
Yun lang po ang nakikita ko ngayon. At kung walang nagdidirect ng operation na ito, yung campaign natin against illegal pogos, I think will take a long time. Marami pong salamat, Mr.
Thank
Chair.
you, Congressman Romy
Chair.
Acop. And I would like to remind the members of this committee that we did not prepare for merienda and dinner. So please limit your questions, no? Para at least we can all go home. Congresswoman
Mr. Chair.
Luistra.
In relation to,
Then after which, Congressman Plato via Zoom. Sige, go ahead.
in relation to the interpellations of the Honorable Acop, do we have available data about the illegal POGOs?
Yes, we have. The illegal pogos that were mentioned a while ago by PAGCOR and at the same time by Yusek Gilbert Cruz is now within the possession of the chairman. And these are all identified 407 illegal ano ba to? Illegal pogos ba to? Masabi natin gano'n? Illegal pogos.
So they are corporations, Mr. Chair?
These are all, corporation given business permits by the different LG.